ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायादिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 87, verse number 32. It's continuation of the prayers of the Vedas personified. In the previous verse we read about the Advaitic view of the Jiva, because in the last few verses the nature of the Jiva from different philosophers' point of view has been explained. So in the previous one spoke about merging into Brahman. So now in this the Vaishnava view comes. Nishutav mayaya brahmamishu avgatya brisham त्वयि सुधियो भवे दधति भावमनुप्रभवम् कथमनुवर्ततां भवभयं तव यद्भ्रुकुटिः सृजति मुहुस्तृणेभिर्भवच्चरणेषु भयम्. So they say that tav maya brahmam nishu avgatya bhrasham tvayi siddhyo tvayi abhave sudhyo dadhati bhavam anuprabhavam. Says that after understanding that the living beings here in the material world, they are under the influence of your maya and wandering in the material world, Brahman Amishu Avgati. So knowing this, those who are learned, means those who understand the distinction between material life and spiritual life, those who understand the power of maya, so they fix their bhava, their chitta vritti or their devotion into you, who is abhava or who is free from any material conditioning. And anuprabhavam katham anuvartatam bhavbhayam. So then because of that, how is it possible that they will not become free from the fear of material existence? Bhavbhayam katham anuvartatam means they are not disturbed by that, and also not by time, which has three divisions of past, present and future, and which is a manifestation of the movement of your eyebrow. But those who are not devoted to you, acharane bhava abhavat charaneshu, they are full of fear. So commentary by Sri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Evam nana matani anudya dushyantyo vaishnav matame eva sthapayanti. So in this way, after refuting the various opinions of different philosophers, different scholars, they establish the view of the Vaishnavas in this sloka. Nishu vidvan manishu amishu purva sloka dvayartha gamiteshu nana vadishu. That among human beings, or human beings here means the learned scholars which have been described in the last two slokas. So understanding that their knowledge is only illusory, it is not true understanding about the truth. So Brahmam Avgatya Bhrantya eva nanamat kalpanam. And only out of misconception that they have come up with different philosophies. So knowing this, Tvayi abhave bhavanivartake bhavam dasya sakhyadikam eva kevalam. So then they take shelter of you in one of the relations such as servitorship, friendship and so on. In you who is called abhava, or who dispels conditioning to the material world. Kevalam anu pratikshanam prabha ullaso yasyatam. And you who has ullasa or happiness at every moment. Yadva prati janma eva dadhati kurvanti. Or the meaning is that they take your shelter in every birth. Anuprabhavam. Prabhava also means birth. So Anuprabhava means birth after birth. Mama Janmani Janmaneshware Bhavtad Bhakti Rahit Kitve, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays. So they are always taking to devotion to your feet. Yathoktam Vaishnave, as it is stated in Vishnu Purana, Nathayoni Sahasreshu Yeshu Yeshu Brahmamyaham Tatra Tatra Achyuta Bhaktira Achyuta Stu Dridhatvai. So the devotee is praying to Bhagavan, saying that, O Lord, in whichever life I take birth, 8.4 million Jalja Navlakshani. So Yeshu Yeshu Yonisu, in any species of life I may take birth, let, O infallible one, my infallible devotion may not go away, but I remain staunchly devoted to your feet. Nanu tarhi tvam padartha tat padarthyor jnana bhavat cha tesam samsarastu naiv nivartate. So then question is raised that these devotees are having relationship with Bhagavan, but then they do not have knowledge about the Tvam Padartha, that is the Jiva, and Tat Padartha, about the absolute reality. And without this knowledge they cannot be free from material conditioning of birth and death. So then the Shruti says Katham anuvartatam bhavbhayam. Says, how is this true that they will again take birth here? Bhavbhayam tesham katham anuvartatam anuvrittam bhavet. How is it possible that they will have fear of material existence, means that they will be taking birth here again? It is not possible. Taddasyarambha dasayam eva tasyapagamat. This material conditioning is dispelled from them at the very beginning of their becoming your servants. So when they take shelter of your feet and accept you as their master, they are already liberated. Kintu niskamatva atishayad bhajanot danyat cha Svesu tesham sansaritva bhimana. But because they are niskam, they are not looking after moksha, and moreover they are very humble, out of their humility they consider themselves as materially conditioned and not liberated. So therefore they think that they are samsari jivas. Yadi अस्मात्तव भ्रुकुटी भ्रूभृंगस रूपस त्रिनेमी त्रिगुण तीक्ष्ण धार काल अभवत क्षणेषु तत्क्षणापत्ति रहितेषु एव. And this time, which is just the movement of your eyebrow and which has got 3 divisions, so this sharp edge of time falls only on those who do not take shelter of your lotus feet. Bhavbhayam janma marnadi lakshanam srijati. So this time creates the fear. And what is the fear? The biggest fear which everybody has is the fear of death. So that is the bhavbhaya. So this is because of the time, and it exists only on those who do not take shelter of Bhagavan, because Bhagavan is called Abhayacharnarvind. His lotus feet are those which give freedom from fear. Taduktam sakrideva papannaya tavasmiti yaste abhyam sarvabhutabhya dadami iti vratam mama. So this is in Ramayana, statement of Lord Ramchandra. He says that if one takes my shelter just even once, and says that I belong to you, tavasmi iti. Then I give him freedom, complete freedom. So, abhyam dadami, sarvatha, from everything. This is the promise of Bhagavan. And Sri Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, says, Devi hi esa gunmayi, mama maya duratya, mameva ye prapadyante, maya metam tarantite. That my maya, consisting of 3 gunas, is very difficult to transcend. Because how will one transcend all the instruments which people have? They are made from Maya only. So how can you go beyond Maya? It's not possible. But the only way is if you take shelter of Bhagavan, who is Abhava, who is called Abhava here, who is free of Maya. So they can transcend. I am Bhava, the sense is as follows. Anyasham vadinam iva paramat khandane swamat sthapane cha natyagraha. He says that we are not too much bothered about refuting the other's view and establishing our understanding. That's not, we are not stressing on that. Atyagrahastu tad bhajne eva. But our stress is only in devotion to you. Vaishnavanam tatra cha na kesham api vadinam vipratipattiriti. So therefore Vaishnavas are not against anybody, any philosopher. They can do whatever they want, but they want, if they can become devotees, that is good. Tanmatam eva sarva shastrarth saram. The understanding of the Vaishnavas, this is the essence of all the Shastra. Vichitra Rupa Guna Lila Mahodadhau Tvai Krishna Ramadi Swarupe Upasya Buddhi Sveshu Upasak Buddhi Rityeva Tesham Tat Padartha Tvam Padartha Gyan. So it is not that the devotees do not have understanding of Tat Padartha and Tvam Padartha. This Tat Padartha, Tvam Padartha is very important in Advaitavad. Tat is Brahman and Tvam is Jiva. And Jiva is nothing but Brahman under the influence of Maya's Upadhi. So this is called Tat Padartha Shodhan. Means purifying that Tat Padartha by removing the imposition of Upadhis or Maya. So for devotees to understand that the form of Bhagavan is the ocean of pastimes, of various forms, qualities, and to have the Upasya Buddhi in him, that he is our worshipable, and we ourselves are the Upasakas. So that is the Tat and Tvam understanding. Tat means he is worshipable, Tvam means that we are worshipper. That is the understanding of Vaishnavas. Tad padartho jnanam. Surya upmasya bhagavato bahya prabha upma jiva. So comparing the sun to Bhagavan, the jivas are outside light. Teva tato bhinnattvena bhinnattvena api vyabdeshante. And they themselves are then described sometimes as one with Bhagavan, sometimes as different from Bhagavan. Because the light is one with the sun, and it is also different from the sun. So sometimes it is said, Sukshmanam apeham jiva. Among the minute things I am the living entity. So here it is oneness is being shown. Krishna himself is saying that he is the jiva. Taiva tato bhinnattvena iti bhagavad ukte. This is spoken by Bhagavan. Esho anuratma chet sa veditavyo yasmin pranaha panchadha samvivesha. This Atma is atomic in size, and it has to be understood by the mind. And the 5 types of pranas are in it or around it. Balagra Shatbhagasya Saddha Kalpitasya Cha Bhago Jiva Savigya Sachanantyaya Kalpate. So the size of the Jiva is given as the 1/10,000th part of the tip of the hair. But he can become liberated Ananta. It is meant to serve Ananta. Aragra matro hi apro hi drashta. It is also said that he is like the tip of the thorn or a knife, and just a dot. Ityadi shrutibhyasya. These are various shrutis describing Jiva. Tesham parmanu parimanatvam eva. So it is very clear from these statements that the size of Jiva is atomic and not medium size or not unlimited. Tadapi sampurna dehe vyapi shaktimatvam jatu jatitasya mahamanir mahaushad khandasya cha sirshi ursi vadhritasya sampurna deha pushti karishnu shaktimatvam eva nasmanjasa. So then how does it pervade the whole body if it is atomic in size? So he says it spreads its consciousness, just like if you take a gem and fix it in a lake and put it on your head, then it gives strength to the whole body. Or there is a Mahaosadhi, you touch it to one part and influences the whole body. So similarly, ek desha sthetasya agne. It's like fire is situated in one corner of the room, but it sends light all around. Like that, Jiva is situated in one corner of the body, and it gives consciousness all around. So, Jiva is Shakti, Bhagavan is Shakti Mata. And Jiva also has its Shakti because it spreads that. Swarga Naraka Nana Yoni Sugamnam Chatesham Upadhi Parvashya Deva. And he goes to Swarga, it goes to Naraka, he goes to various species of life. So this is only because of the Upadhi, otherwise it doesn't go anywhere. So because the body moves, subtle body, it goes like the air carries the fragrance. So like that. Yaduktam pramanam adhikritya dattatrayana. So as Dattatreya says this in Bhagavatam, yena samsarte puman. So yena here means the material conditioning. So therefore this is ascertained here that Jiva is only atomic in size, not bigger, not unlimited as Nayayikas think, Sankhya people, Mīmānsaka, all of them think that it is all pervading Vedanti. It is only Vaishnavas who think that it is atomic. Everybody thinks Atma is big. Vaishnavas make it smallest. They make it the biggest. And in between is the Jain Prabhus. They keep it medium size. So all types of theories about Atma. And there are many of them and they are eternal, as it is understood from the following Shruti statement. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. So nityo nityanam. So nityanam is plural and nitya is singular. So he is one among the eternals. He is one eternal among eternal. So that means there are many jivas and one Ishvara. Similarly, Chaitanas Chaitananam, he is one conscious being among various conscious beings. And Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman, he fulfills the desire of many. Iti Shrutya Pratipaditam. So from this Shruti statement, it is very clear that there are many Atmas and they are all eternal. Samuditanam tesham bhagavata tatastha shaktitvena ekatvam cha geyam. And taking them all as one collectively, then it is also called oneness or one of them. So they are like tatastha shakti of Bhagavan. So then we say, oh, Jiva is tatastha shakti. Shakti is only one. Techa meghopamaya avidya avrita baddha jiva eke. So now he says that there are 4 types of jivas. Generally we hear 2 types, Nitya Jiva, Nitya Mukta and Nitya Baddha, right? So he gives 2 more here. Ultimately there are 2 only. So one of them are compared to the cloud. Meghopmaya, avidya avrita. They are covered by avidya. So these are the baddha jivas, bound jivas, conditioned jivas. Anye bhaktimas jnanena tadavaranaina mukta mukta jiva. Then there are others who have become free from the avarana. They are mukta jiva. So they are what you call Jivan Muktas. Anye kevalaya pradhani bhutya va bhaktya tadavaranena avarana unmochita prapita chidanandamaya bhajan upyogi sharira siddha bhakta. Then there are bhaktas who have become siddhas. They have given up this body and they have attained their perfected body, which is Chidanandamaya, which is conscious and suitable to perform devotional service according to their bhava. So they are not influenced by Maya anymore. So they are called Siddha Bhakta. So they are Baddha Jivas, Mukta Jivas, Siddha Bhaktas. And then they are Nitya Muktas. Anye Avidya Yoga Rahita Eva Nitya Parshada. They are eternal associates, completely free from avidya. Tallakshanam cha Narad Pancharatre. So the definition of Jiva is also given in the Narad Pancharatra. Yat tatastam tu vigyayam swasam vedyad vinirgatam ranjitam gunaragena sajivaiti kathyate. So Jiva is the tatastha shakti of Bhagavan, and he has come out from him, the conscious being or Brahman. But now he is Ranjitam Gunaragena, he is under the influence of the gunas, as if colored by them. So he is called Jiva. So the meaning of this sloka is given here. Asya artha yat tatastham vishayastho geyam chadvastu sa jiva. So that which is tatastha and which is to be known specifically, vigayam, that is chidvastu, that is conscious entity, is jiva. Yathagne kshudra visvalinga vicharanti. So it is stated in the Shruti statement that just as the sparks of fire come out of the fire, the jivas come out of from Bhagavan. Sva vedyat cha punjat chit punjat bhagavata sakashad vinurgata. So he has come out from the light effulgence of Bhagavan. Chetada gunragena ranjitam, and then here he has become Ranjita, colored by the gunas of Prakriti. Bahirangya Maya Shaktyam Sviyanam Gunanam Ragena Ranjita. So what does it mean he is colored? He says it means that it is covered by the raga, the color of Maya Shakti, which has got three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. So he is having a body made of that. Mayika akaram syat. So therefore he takes the form of Mayika. यदा तो केवलाया प्रधानी भूतिया वा भक्त्या मायोत्तीर्ण स्यात् तदा अंतरंगस्य शक्त्या स्वीय कल्याण गुणेन रंजित भगवती अनुरक्ति कृतम चिन्मयाकार युक्तम स्यात्. But when the same Jiva, this Baddha Jiva, performs devotion to Bhagwan, whether pure devotion or predominantly devotion, then by the power of bhakti he transcends this Maya. And then he comes under the influence of Chit Shakti, Sviya Kalyan Gunena Ranjita, and then he becomes influenced, or the qualities of Bhagwan influence him. Bhagavati Anurakti Kritam Chinmayakar Yuktam Syat. So he becomes very much attached to Bhagwan. In other words, he attains Chinmay body, completely transcendental. Evam cha maya chit shaktiyos tatastha varnitattvat tatastham iti tannam kritam. So Jiva, now the Jivas who are in the material world, they are staying at the boundary of Maya and boundary of Goloka. That's why they are called Tatastha. So this is one Tata. Tata means bank. Bank is also the boundary. This is another boundary in between Jiva, therefore they are Tatastha. So they hang in between. They can go to the right side and then they become free from that. So tatasthamiti tannam kritam. Yada tu bhaktimas jnanena muktam syat tada brahmani apritak bhuya sthitam naiv gunaragena ranjitam iti upasak nirupa. And when he becomes liberated by performing bhakti or knowledge of bhakti, then he remains merged in Brahman, naiv gunaragena ranjitam. Then he is not influenced by the gunas of Prakriti. Iti upasak nirupana. This is the description of the worshipper of the Jiva. अतएव राजकीय पुरुषोपि राजपुरुष इति तत्पदार्थ संबंधी त्वं पदार्थ इति तत्त्वमसि इति आह वाक्यार्थ. So he said, just like if there is some close servant or minister of king, he is also called king or treated like a king, although he is not king. But people also speak like that. If somebody is minister in India, then all the family members are called ministers. So minister is only one, but everyone becomes minister. So like that, Jivas are not, Tvam is not Tat, but because he belongs to him, so therefore it is said Tattvam Asi. So that is the meaning of Tattvam Asi. Kechit tasya tvam iti shashti tatpurushena vadanti. Some people say that tattvam asi means tasya tvam asi. It is a samas tat. So when you make samas, then shashti tatpurush, then tat becomes, tasya becomes tat. Or tasmin tvam asi, tasmai tvam asi, tena tvam asi. All this you can make, no problem. But tvam tvamasi, tat tvamasi. Madhvacharya gives completely different. Before that, I think Sau tat tvamasi or something. So he says atat tvamasi. He reads Not tat but atat. So atat tvamasi means you are not that. Everybody says you are that, you are that. He says no, you are not that. Atat. It's like Trisargo Mrisha and Trisargo Amrisha. Same situation. Kechit tu tasya tvam iti shashti tatpurushena vadanti. Atha upasya nirupanam. So now the worshipable is being described. Means Bhagavan. Suryopmasya Bhagavata Prasri Maharaj Sandra Jyoti Punjopamam Brahma. That think of him as Surya or sun, and outside there is dense light, just outside the orb of sun. That is the Brahman. Brahma Sangyama Bhudekam Jyotir Yat Sarva Karanam iti Narsingha Ukte. As it is stated in Narsingha Purana, that his Jyoti, his effulgence, who is the cause of everything, is called Brahman. And it was also said in Harivansh Purana, Mameva tad ghanam tejo gyatum arhasi bharata. As Krishna tells to Arjuna when they went to Mahakalpur and have darshan of Mahavishnu. Before that there was a thick effulgence. So later on Krishna says that effulgence is my Jyoti Brahman. So he gives one example. Yatha nagrasya ati durastha jana vishesham anuplabhmana idam agre sthitam kantimayam vastu matra. There is a city far away. When you see it from far away, it doesn't look like city to you, but just some light, because there are many lights at night. So that's what you see, Vishesham Anuplabhmana. You don't see any distinctions in it. You don't see that houses, roads, trees, plants, nothing. It just looks one big mass, like you see the sea from aeroplane, from top it looks one big mass of blue water. So that is one view, that is the view of the Brahmavadis. Tadeva nagaram pashyanti anati durastha dhvaj patakadi vishishtam vrakshkandam iti. Then some people come close to it, not too far away. Then they see some flags, some trees, etc. Then you come very, very close to it. Ati samipasthastu puroga gopura niskuta rathya prasadi yuktam nagaramiti. Then they see that there are houses, gardens, trees, plants, gateways, all this. So you see all the details. So the plane comes down, then you see there are some boats in the sea, some ship. Then you come and you walk on the beach. You see people there, you see waves, you may see some fish, tortoise, all types of varieties. You can also go inside, see the whole world there. So therefore he says, Tathevati durastha bhagvantam jyotirmay brahmiti. In the same way, those who do not have devotion to Bhagavan, they are like staying very far away from Bhagavan, and they think of Brahman, they think of Bhagavan as light Brahma. Those who are not very far but nearby, Adnati Durastha, Atichid Visheshmaya Paramatma. So they see him very conscious being with some variety. So that is, they see him as Paramatma. Then Ati Samipastha Nana Anant Chid Visheshmaya Bhagavan. Then those who come very close to him, then they see so much variety in him and they see him as Bhagavan. And then there are fourth category who actually enter in him, like you go inside the sea. So he says, Tatrapi anta pravishta apar madhuri anubhavina Krishna iti vadanti. So they taste the sweetness and they say, oh, he is Krishna. So it makes four varieties. Very far away, not far away, very close, and within. Now you enter inside the city and you meet people there. Yathao pranchopi. So there is a very nice sloka which is found in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam of Magha. Chestvashamiti avidharitam pura tata shaririti vibhavita kritim vibhurvibhakta vyavaipumaniti kramadamum naradetya bodhis. So there is a description in Magha, it describes Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam stories there. So Krishna is sitting in the assembly in Dwarka along with other Yadavas, and then they see a big light in the sky. So Chayastvashamiti avidharitam. They say, oh, there's a big light there. Chayastvashamiti means some effulgent thing. And then he is moving closer to them. They say, oh, he's a human being. Or he's embodied, not even human being. He has a body. Then he comes more close and they see hands and legs. Say he is a human being. And then he comes and stands in front of them because it was Narada who is descending from the sky. That's how he is Narada Rishi. So here also, light, somebody, human being, Narada, four. Same person, four vision. So ityavam etavan matramapi swamatam vaishnava keapi gyatum upekshante cha. So he says etavan matramapi swamatam vaishnava keapi gyatum upekshante. So there are some Vaishnavas, they have tried to understand this in detail, the Vaishnava understanding of Jiva, Paramatma, Bhagavan, Brahma, this. Kepi napekshante, there are others who are not interested in these details. They are just happy with their seva. Sadaiva pekshante bhajan prakaram eva. Then there are others who are just absorbed in their bhajan and not in anything else. They don't even see him as God. So Atshrutayaha, in this regard, there is the following Shruti from Gopal Tapni. Etad Vishnoho paramam padam ye nityodhyukta sanjayantena kamat tesamaso goparupa prayatnat prakashedatma padam tadaiva. So this is the supreme abode of Vishnu. Nityodhyukta sanjayantena kamat, where devotees are very eagerly serving him and without any material desire. Tesamaso goprupa pratnyat prakashet. So to them Lord appears in his cowherd form. Atmapadam tadaiva, manifest himself like that. It's a long commentary. Then next verse. Vijit vayubhiradanta manasturagam yayatanti yantumatilolam upayakhidah vyasana satanvita samavaya guroscharnam vanijavaja santyakritkarnadhara jaladhav. So in this verse, the importance of Guru is being described. There are two types of people. Those who want to attain moksha by their own strength, nirpeksha, that don't want to depend on anybody. And then there are those who take shelter of Guru and Bhagavan and with their help. So he is describing the first type in the beginning. Vijita Hrishika Vayubhir. That the person has controlled the senses and the air, the pranas, Adanta manasturgam. Babaji, unable to control the mind, which is like a horse running around here and there. Yahiya yatanti yantu mati lolam upayakida. So these people, they are trying to control the mind, which is atilola, very chanchala, flickering, and they use various means to do that. So they become very frustrated in their practice. Upayakida. Vasan satanvita samvahaya guroscharnam. They get a lot of obstacles, problems. Why? Because they don't take shelter of Guru. So because they do not take shelter of the Guru, and they make various processes, try this path, that path. Some people are trying like that. Different processes. So he says they remain frustrated. Then he explains it that the situation for them is like they are a businessman who has a boat in the sea without a captain of the boat who is rowing the boat. There is nobody, just there. So they wander in all different directions and don't reach any destination. That is their situation. So nanu cha tairapi mad bhajne mano nischali karanartham ashtang yoga khalu anushtaya eva. So now the Purupakshi says that even these devotees which you have described in the previous sloka, they must take shelter of Ashtanga Yoga, Yama Niyam, Asana Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, to control their mind. Because whatever path you want to follow, you have to make your mind stable. If mind is not stable, there is nothing you can do, material or spiritual. So mind is very important. So then he says that the way to make your mind peaceful, under control, is Ashtanga Yoga. So that means devotees should also do Ashtanga Yoga or not, to control the mind. So he says, Naivam. Says no, there is no need. Then how will they attain control of the mind? So he says, Sarvam Chaitat Guru Bhaktya Purusho Hi Anjasajayet. So this is from the teaching, I think, of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is saying that he gives a big list of things, that how you can control the mind, how you control tongue, how you control this, how you control that, different processes. It's like in the second canto, Sukadeva Goswami gives a big list of devas. If you want knowledge, worship this deity. If you want wife, worship this deity. If you want wealth, worship this deity. And finally he says, Akamo sarva kama va moksha kama dharadhi. Tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. That is just to worship Bhagavan for everything. So similarly Prahlad gives a big list of this, that you should control tamas by rajas, rajas by sattva, and then so on. Then he says, and all this you can control by Guru Bhakti. So sarvam chayatat Guru Bhaktya Purusho Hi Anjasajayet. So all those control which you try from different things, you can have that with devotion to Guru and easily. There you have to work very hard. That is what he says. And if you don't have Guru Bhakti binatu mano jaya arthakapi yoga akinchit karayeva itiyaho. But if you don't have devotion to Guru, and even if you engage in various processes to control your mind, whether it is Ashtanga Yoga or Nad Yoga, Lay Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Vikram Yoga, all this type of yogas are there, so then you will be only a failure. That's what is being described in this verse. So that's why it says Vijita Hrishika. Vijita Hrishika, Hrishika means senses. That even if you have attained control of the senses, Vijitairapi Hrishikair Indriyai Vayubhi Pranai. By the doing pranayama, you have controlled your senses. But still you cannot control the mind. Adanta prapta damana mana eva turgam. So your uncontrolled mind will be like an uncontrolled horse. Gains power, runs. Yantum niyantum ye yatanti prayatante te guros charna charna paricharnam samuha viha upayakite. So those who try to control this mind, which is like a horse, unbridled horse, and they make the effort without taking shelter of the Guru, without doing service to the Guru, then they will be upaya khida. So kheda is like becoming dejected, frustrated. That's all. Anyasu upayasu khidyamana santa. And they will be engaged in various types of means to attain perfection. So vyasana satanvita. So they will have hundreds and thousands of obstacles, because mind will always trouble them. So bahu sakhayanantasya buddhya vyavasayinam. So their mind is avyavasai, it is not fixed. So it will run here and there. Bahu viplav labdha vyakula. Because of the various obstacles, troubles, the mind will be very agitated. Iha samsara sindhau santi tishtanti. So they just remain in this ocean of material world. Hey Aja, so they are addressing Bhagavan as Aja, unborn one. Akrita karna dhara svikrita navika vanijaiva. So they are just like the vanija, the business people who have their load of material in the boat, but they don't have the person to row the boat. So then you sit in a boat in an ocean, and then there's no one to take the boat anywhere, then it will go this side, then it will go this side. It will run here and there, so like that. So that is the Shruti. Then now he gives two slokas also to this effect, which gives the importance of Guru. Both are well-known slokas. So the first one is Tadvijnanartham Sagurumeva Vigachet Samitpani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. That to know the absolute reality, one should approach Guru only. One must approach Guru with a gift in the hand. Samitpani literally means carrying wood in the hand. It means with some gift. And who is Guru? Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. So he is the one who is Shrotriya, who knows the Vedas, who knows Shastra, and who is Brahmanishta, who is fixed in Brahman, means who is realized. So Krishna speaks similar, not Krishna, one of the Navyogendra. Guru Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta Jigyasu Shreya Uttamam Shabde Parecha Nishnatam Brahmanyup Samashrayam. Same meaning. And then further it is said, Acharyavan Purusho Veda. Only a person who has Acharya, means who has accepted a Guru, only he can know. And then another one famous, Yasya Deve Parabhaktir Yatha Deve Tatha Guru Tasyate Kathita Hi Artha Prakashante Mahatmane. One who has got devotion to Guru, just as one has devotion to the Deva, to Ishtadeva, only to such a person the meaning of Shastra become revealed. Ete kathta hi artha. The meanings which have been described in Shastra, they become revealed to such a person, not to other. So this is the end of the commentary. If there is any question, Purushottam Prabhu.
I have two questions. One is here it says Sadguru eva vigacchati. So what does Sadguru here refers to basically?
No, Tat Vijnana Artham, to know that. Sa means
Sadguru.
Na Gurum, Sa is the Kartri Vachya, Gurum is Karma Vachya. He should approach a Guru.
Okay, Sa and Guru is the two different.
Yes, Sa is in Kartri Vachya and the other one is Gurum. Like you say, Sa Vrindavanam Gachet, he should go to Vrindavan. So he should go to Guru, he should accept Guru.
And the second question here is this, there are 4 different types mentioned here. So if you cannot, you can still do the devotion without going through the whole process basically, that's what I understood. The 4 classification is so different.
Which one?
In the previous verse, let me see if I can find it.
You found it?
Still looking. There are 4 times.
Okay, you can check. Narayan.
My question is that in all schools of Indian thought, is this kind of reverence to the Guru, is that prescribed, or is it just in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line?
No, this is from the Shruti itself. These are not specific to Gaudiya. Tad Vijnanartham sa Gurumeva Vigachet Samit Pani Yasya Deve Parabhakti Acharyavan Purusho Veda. These are all Shruti statements. And there are so many statements in the Puranas full of statements. Bhagavad Gita also says Tad Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprasnena Sevaya. It's nothing special about Gaudiya.
So it is true for anybody, whether it is an Ashtanga yogi or, because this chapter started within that context, especially the last 2 verses. So I was just wanting to know. So
that's why he said that even if Ashtanga yogi is trying without Guru, he will not be successful.
Right. My next question is that, we are always in the Mahabharata itself, where I think Bhishma says that, that the mother is considered the very first Guru. And obviously through life we have a lot of people who have coached us, educated us, whatnot, to get to the point where we can even understand what you're saying. Right? Take a simple example, right? I learned English from somebody many, many years back. This body is given by my parents, and so on and so on and so on. So when they say this word Guru, we often identify it with just somebody who is introducing us to the spiritual path. Then what role do the other people have to play? Because often I try to understand how to bridge the two, because arguably the person who gave birth is probably more important than what is going on now, because without that I would not be sitting here at all. So how should a sadhaka see this spectrum of, of people who we call, guru. Obviously, not all of them are, they fit the definition which you have just given.
Yeah, so there are two types of vidya, dve vidya, veditavya. The Upanishad said that you should know two types of vidya. Paravidya, paravidya means material knowledge, spiritual knowledge. And for both you need teachers, so both are guru. So there are teachers for material knowledge, teachers for spiritual knowledge. So here they are talking about teacher for spiritual knowledge. Because material knowledge people, they are not talking about control of mind, this, that. Somebody taught you English, they taught you English. They did not say you have to learn how to control mind. Parents also taught you so many things. So that is another field and this is another field. So that is to be successful in the material world, to exist, to deal here in the society, and this is to get out of the material world.
Understood. Understood. So there is room for, there is place for everything, but it has to be put in the right context, basically.
Yes.
That, because this causes a lot of confusion, because when we take shelter to Guru, I've seen numerous examples where there are people's loyalty to the Guru far exceeds their loyalty to even their parents. It might be true, but many people I know examples. I'm not just making some random comment. I know more than one example of people who have taken some path and they have basically just completely abandoned their parents and so on. And anyway, I think now we have explained this. But my final question to you is that, so in this verse, the point about fixity is stressed. Is the whole idea that by following one guru, you are fixed in one Siddhantic way of looking at the entire spiritual journey? Is that really what they are trying to say here? That is why we have to look at the guru as a representative and also manifestation of Bhagavan? Is that the whole idea, to stay fixed? Otherwise, we tend to get varied from one place to another.
Yeah, that is there. That is one thing. And second thing is that this knowledge is not material. So it will not manifest, as it says, prakashante mahatmana, that it becomes revealed, what you call enlightenment. So it is not just by your own effort that you can know this. It is just not possible. So there is some element of grace which is required, and that grace will obviously come when you are fixed with somebody. So as in Bhagavatam it is said in the very beginning, Bruyo snigdhasya sishyasya guruvo guhyam apyuta, that gurus reveal the secret to affectionate disciple. So affectionate means one who is fixed, one who is devoted to the teacher, guru. So that element of grace and this knowledge being something non-material requires that revelation.
Can I ask one last question? Just one more on this.
Yeah.
So one thing that that I've seen is that there are many disciples who are at various levels of intellect. Now, someone may only have a certain ability, but is it that the Guru's grace, at least from the outside, it looks like it is only manifesting to people who are smarter than others or who really understand a few more Siddhantic things than others, right? And perhaps that's just a wrong way of looking at worldview. But is that, how does this grace actually come in somebody's life when the person is not even physically living with the Guru or is so far away? And on top of that, if they are not intelligent enough to understand the Shastra or things like that, then how does that grace even manifest, even in somebody who really wants to try,
Yeah, so this physical distance is not a problem here. Because if you understand that God is everywhere, and if you understand that Guru is a manifestation of God, then these are material considerations. that we have to be in proximity, this, that. It's a question of bhav, as in the previous verse they said that bhavam anuprabhavam. The word bhava was used, dasyadi bhavam. So that is the important thing. Otherwise you can be close by and not have that bhav. And in fact can create problems for yourself. You start seeing all negativities, flaws, become offensive, all these things. So then grace comes because of that bhav, that devotion. It is not just somebody is smart or somebody can grasp philosophy and then he is going to get the grace. That's not true. There is a story about Shankaracharya had 4 major disciples. So one of them is this Totakacharya. So it's about him. Because there were other, I think, that Sureshwara and all that, they were very smart and learned. And Shankaracharya used to teach and they will be, always asking questions. And this Totaka was doing seva and very devoted to Guru. And he will many times even come late. So others thought that he is just like, the lower type of disciple, and they will sometimes deride him. So one day, Shankaracharya told that I will be late and this Totaka will teach. And everybody was surprised, even in Totakacharya himself, that they are better students than me, who know better than me, how can I teach? He says, no, you teach. So he taught, and everybody marveled at his understanding. So these are examples of grace, that how it can come. So we should not think like that. Sattam Prabhu, did you find here?
Yes, here it is in this is the example of the Narad Muni, the previous, and here says, Kechit Gyatum Apekshante, Kepi na Apekshante. So Sada Eva Apekshante Bhajan Prukar. So somebody who does not, I'm not clear understand, somebody who wants
So
to
some
know
people,
somebody.
some people are very much into philosophy, they want to understand. That's why that is the thing which was being asked by Narayan also. And there are others who are not very deeply in philosophy, but they are also into seva and bhajan. So that's what he's saying.
Somebody even just doesn't understand anything but just only interested in seva, so that is also good then basically?
That is also good, but the point is that to have that kind of shraddha is not that it just happens like that. People take this also as an excuse that why we have to study. Everything comes by grace. Yeah, this is very commonly said. That bhakti comes by grace. Don't you know this? So now we don't have to do anything.
Okay, thank you.
How important is the role of grace for material knowledge? Grace of the teacher. For example, learning a language, learning yoga exercise, some skills like that.
So, what is your understanding of grace?
That when the teacher is pleased, then the teacher consciously decides that the student.
Yeah, so if there is
understand.
something, some secret thing in that, if you're learning language, there is nothing much like that. But here, that's what I'm saying, that even if you hear that Maya contains 3 gunas and God is beyond Maya, so you can hear it, God is beyond Maya, but what does it really mean? Okay, you heard it and everybody hears it, but everyone will have a different level of understanding of it. So this kind of levels are generally not in material knowledge. Grace is good there also. If you please the Guru, then he will teach from the heart. And he will obviously pour his heart into you if he is happy. But here it is very much required.
Babaji, you said that for Vaishnavas, atomic in size. For Vaishnavas, the Atma is atomic in size, and for other schools, it's all-pervading. So, my understanding of the description of this very small size of Atma until now is that it shows that Atma is most subtle. So, if I try to see it like that and then think of other schools see it as all-pervading, what would then be the meaning of the all-pervading? Or is there then a second meaning of this?
No, all-pervading means all-pervading. Simple.
So then it is in other schools also most subtle but all-pervading, and in Vaishnavas most
it's
subtle.
like Akasha is very subtle but all-pervading. Time is all-pervading but subtle. Like that.
And in Vaishnavas it's then kind of punctual. I mean, one point.
Yeah. Sandeep.
So when you were teaching us this Vedanta by Dasha, so in that Advaita Vedanta, you taught that they consider that Guru Mithya, Jnanam Mithya, Guru Janyam Jnanam Mithya. So I was just trying to reconcile their viewpoint with the shloka we did just now. So how do they consider the Guru in their spiritual progress?
Yeah, they have three types of existence: Paramarthik, Vyavarik, Pratibhasik. So this mithya thing is only when you go to the Paramarthik level. Otherwise at Vyavarik level they treat just like as we treat. Okay.
Mohini has a question. Nyayikas and other darshanas say that Atma is Vibhu, but some Shruti statements say it is atomic in size. How do these Astika darshanas reconcile this?
They don't reconcile it. They are not basing their philosophy on Shruti or anything. It should be made very clear because this question is asked so many times. Yoga, Sankhya, Nyaya, Vaisheshika, these four, they do not base their philosophy on any Shruti statement. It is their independent view. And only Purvamimamsa and Uttarmimamsa, they absolutely go only by the Shruti Vakyas. So there is no question how they reconcile, there is nothing as reconciliation.
So why they are considered as Astic darshans? They are not based on the Vedas.
Because they believe in Vedas. They don't say that we don't accept Veda. They also follow Varnashram Dharma.